Thanks very much, Robert. Just to thank all of my colleagues for their thoughtful comments on the directive and for their support. I think there is great support in this room and in the Parliament for this directive, but also obviously a lot of suggestions about how it could be improved. I would begin by saying that, the basic material, the basic directive that we got from the Commission, I think was an extraordinarily good start, and it is about improving it and trying to incorporate the various points that have been made by members here. Clearly, there are a number of areas where there isn't exactly agreement. I suppose prostitution is one of those. I think what we have to remember in this area is the very close connection to trafficking and the violence that's involved, and the equality model being increasingly seen as a way to best protect all women, in fact. So I definitely think that is something we need to move forward on, as a number of members have said. I think the points about prevention have been very well made as well, to try and do as much as possible. Given the legal basis, it's not that easy, but to do as much as possible in relation to prevention. For example, the most recent point about women who are hard to reach, what are the preventative strategies that would give them an opportunity for their needs to be met? I think that's very important. The point about risk assessment and making sure that we have a very good risk assessment, I think both Evan and I will certainly look at and see how we can make the risk assessment more comprehensive. Access to justice is obviously very critical as well for everybody, for every victim who is identified, and we do really emphasise speedy access to justice is very important. The training point. I do think we have a lot of work to do on training right across the member states, whether it's frontline members of our police forces, our A&Es, our emergency departments in hospitals. There is a huge need to identify at the earliest possible opportunity those who are victims and make sure they get that proper risk assessment so that it doesn't continue on. Another point about perpetrators and how much we can do in relation to prevention. There is a lot of evidence that very early intervention with perpetrators can make quite a difference, and we want to ensure that there are programmes that will do that work. I was very pleased to see the support for sex education and the way we have framed it in the directive as well. I've been quite shocked actually at the variation across the member states in relation to sex education. I think we still have a huge amount of work to do on that. I think that captures the main points that have been made. Of course, the point about psychological violence we have tried to incorporate. We all know that it's an early part of the continuum when it comes to violence. So, look, I really look forward to working with my co-rapporteurs, with Evan. We'll continue to work very closely together and to incorporate as much as possible to make the directive as strong as we can. Thank you.